My name is John Bromfield. I've been here at the University of Florida for about 8 years. I'm currently an Associate Professor of Reproductive Physiology, and we work on understanding fertility and pregnancy in dairy cattle. So we're interested in reproductive immunology, and we study this in dairy cattle to understand the role of the immune system in fertility and pregnancy. We do this to understand how the immune system contributes to fertility in normal, healthy animals, but then we also want to understand how problems in dairy cattle, like uterine infection or heat stress, alters the immune system and how this can be related to infertility in these animals. So we use dairy cattle as our model to understand the role of the immune system in fertility. But primarily our group really uses fundamental cell culture and molecular biology approaches. So that means that we first have to understand what the problem is in the cow itself, and then we use our understanding of that phenotype to come back to the lab and use cell culture approaches here in the cell culture lab or molecular approaches to understand the mechanisms that drive the infertility that we observe in these animals. So by understanding these mechanisms, we can better identify ways that we can treat for infertility because of uterine disease or heat stress or other complications of the immune system during early pregnancy or even late pregnancy. So we're a mixture of both whole animal and lab-based experimentation. So to accomplish our research goals, we're very dependent on our graduate students in our department and specifically in the laboratory. So throughout my time here at the University of Florida, we've had numerous masters and PhD students come through our laboratory to perform all the required experimentation to answer some of these fundamental questions. Currently, there are 3 PhD students in the lab. Gabriella McKay is working on the role of seminal fluid from male semen and how this contributes to changes in the reproductive tissues of females for early pregnancy establishment. Aslan Tariq is working on cellular memory, and so this is really a question of how insults like uterine infection or heat stress change the cells and tissues of the female reproductive tract to respond to infectious agents. And then also Zachary Siegfried, another PhD student, is working on understanding how uterine disease impacts ovarian function, but also the receptivity of the uterus to ensuing pregnancy.